there's only 3 viewers currently, so I think I'll wait until 14:10 or 2 people 2:10 before I start the tutorial. So maybe there will be more people joining, maybe not. I'm not sure, but yes. So before I started on this, I would like to say that thank you for joining, and this is the first time I'm doing something like this, so yes, it will be a little bit awkward. So let's get it out of the way and on this is okay. Let me see if there's anything I can do. I'll just switch off my fan instead. Right. How about now? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Or did I just screw up my setting? I have no idea what I did, but much better. Okay. So now that the mic is functioning well, I don't really care about the number of viewers right now, so I just get started right away. First of all, welcome to the live streaming tutorial of how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And even if you don't have a Rubik's Cube, it is not a big deal. You can just go to Google Play Store and search for Rubik's Cube app, and there's plenty of apps that can let you to they are free to download, and there's a virtual cube that you can turn in the app. And before I get started on exactly how to solve it step by step, we first need to acknowledge a few things. The first thing is that we solve a Rubik's Cube not by colors but by the pieces. Yes, we do look at the colors of the cube, but we solve we solve the pieces into the right place instead of the color. For example, let me just do this quickly. For example, if we just purely putting in the color into the correct place, we're just doing random, like, and if we just going by the colors, then it will be something like this. Yes, the white side is completely solved, but the side is not fully solved. Like there's a lot of pieces that are not correct in terms of their positioning of the cube. And what we do is that we solve the pieces into the correct places instead of only the colors. And before I get everything started on that, first there are three. We need to know what is the structure of the cube. Like, there are three types of pieces of the cube that we need to know. The first type is the center pieces. This piece only have one colors, and it will not turn no matter what move, how we turn it, except when we're doing slice move like this, or we just rotate the cube. No matter how we turn it, the colors will not change, except the slice move, of course, and the rotation of the cube. The second type of pieces is the edge piece. which is the piece that have two colors on it. For example, for this piece, there's a green and a yellow piece. And the third type of the pieces is the corner piece, which have three colors on it. For example, for this one, it's green, yellow, and the orange pieces. Now that we get the structure of the cube out of the way, there's one more thing that I need to talk about, which is if you have taken your cube apart before and not like if you've taken your cube apart before and not putting it back correctly, there's only 1 at the 12th chance that you can solve a cube normally, because there's a lot of how do I put it? Because you just need to know that there's only two. If you have taken your cube apart, you have to put it back correctly, or else your cube have only have one out of 12 times 1 over 12 chances of being solvable by using normal steps. And so now I would like to start to actually teaching you how to solve a cube. But by doing that, we need to first know the notation. I've put up a small power slide in the bottom right of the screen. Can everybody see? Okay, this is pretty awkward. I've put out a slide in the bottom right. Can anybody see it? Or is it too small, or is it not clear enough? Yes, you can see. Okay, that's good. First, we need to know a few things like the notation. A notation is basically how we do a move. There's only 6 notation, which because a cube only have 6 faces on it. For the notation, and it is very simple. This U, that's not U, D, F, B, L, and R. There's only 6 notation, and for each notation, it representing how we turn the cube. For U, it means we turn the upper face like this. And D is a downward of the cube, the downside of the cube. For F, it's a front side of the cube, they are facing you. For B is the back side of the cube, they are facing away from you. For L is the left side of the cube, and R is the right side of the cube. And it's pretty easy and very easy to memorize it, because you just need to think of every direction, the first letter of the direction representing what you need to do. Like for up, the direction up starting with U. So when we say U, you do the we turn the upper face 90 degrees clockwise. And how about if there's a clockwise turn, then obviously we have an anti-clockwise turn as well. So we address the anti-clockwise turn by adding an apostrophe after the notation, like U apostrophe. But we don't say that, we say it like U prime. So when we say U prime, we just do the upper face turn 90 degrees, anti-clockwise 90 degrees upper face turn. For D prime is anti-clockwise 90 degrees downside turn. And if there's we can also turn the cube 180 degrees. It's very simple. Just think of 90 degrees is a single turn. So when we want to address a 180 degrees turn, we just it's a number. We just add a number 2 next to the notation. Like for example, if you want to turn, we want to say turn upper face twice, we just say U2 like this. So yeah, this is very important for solving a cube because there's a lot of sequence. There's two sequences of move and one algorithms that we need to memorize in order to be able to solve it. So now, is everybody clear about the notation, or do we need an further explanation about it? Is anybody clear about the explanation of the notation? I've yet to see any reply on that because of the stream delay. So I might be repeating my question. Hello? Never mind, let me just repeat it again. This time I'm going to do it a little bit faster. So when I say U, I mean upperface 90 degrees clockwise. When I say U prime, upperface 90 degree anti-clockwise. When I say U2, I mean upperface 180 degrees, no matter how where you turn it. And it is the same goes with the other 5 notation like D for downside turn and D prime. D2 is downside 180 degrees. The same goes with F, B, L, and R as well. And now that we have memorized, now that we know how to address the notation of the cube, we know how to turn the cube, so we can proceed to our first step. The first step of solving a cube is to form a white color cross on top. And you can actually do it on whatever color you want, actually. It doesn't matter which color you choose. As long as the white color pieces, there's a white cross on top, then you can proceed. And the first thing we do for the white cross is to look for any white color edges that are facing upward on top. For example, this one and this one. And then we look for the side colors and see if the color of the side actually matches with the center pieces or not. For example, for this white and red piece, the color of these edges is actually matching with the center colors, like white, red, and white, red. So these pieces is actually correct in the place. However, for these pieces, it is incorrect, although the white color is facing up, because the side colors did not match the center. So what we do in this step is we break it down like using double move. We move it alongside the bottom and until the side color matches with the center, and then we do another double move to move it up to solve the pieces. After if the top color, after we do this, we just look for another white color pieces to solve it. And obviously, the top only have two white color, and both of these pieces are soft. So we can proceed to look at the bottom to see if there's any other white colors pieces on bottom. In case there isn't any, then we can look at the side. Immediately, this one. But how do we solve this is by turning this. Obviously, you can bring it up like this, but it is in the incorrect places because it's a blue color, white and blue edges. It belongs to here. So what we do is we move it down like this, put it so that the white color is facing the bottom, and then we move it away from this. Move it away. And then we restore the soft edges. And well, now after we restore the soft edges, we then look at the side color of these pieces. For example, this is a white and blue edges, so the blue edges must match with the center colors. In this case, it matches with the center colors, blue, blue. So we move it up by double move and we solve it in place. And then we continue looking for the white edges, and there's this one, but we cannot remove it, but it's not facing bottom, so we cannot do a double move to insert it. So what we need to do is we move it up like this to the empty slot. We move it down to the bottom, and we restore these soft pieces. And now that the white color is facing bottom, we can actually move it around at the bottom and see if the side color matches with the center. And in this case, it matches with the center colors. Then we move it up using double move to solve it. And if this step is done correctly, there shouldn't be any problem, and there's a white cross on bottom, and the side colors should be matching with the center colors. And is there any problem? Is there any confusion, or do we need to do it? Do I need to do it again and show a better example? I think I just do another example. It may be much easier for you guys. Now we okay. Sorry again. So first we look at the white sticker on top. We put the white. Of course, we need to put the white centerpiece on top as well. So we will choose to do a white cross. We put the white color centerpiece facing upward, and we look at white color edges on top. And then we look at the side colors. If the colors did not match, we move it around until it matches with the center colors. And then we look at the bottom is to see if there are any white colors edges that facing downward. And there's one. And the side color of this is the red color, and it is matching with the center as well. So we just move it, double move it upward. And then there's no white colors just facing bottom anymore, so we look at the side of the colors, or the side of the cube. And there's this one and this one. So I'm going to do this one first. And how we solve this is that we move it up to the next move it next to the slot that to unsolved spot below of the unsolved spot, and move it down like this, and then we restore the centers, restore the edges, and then we proceed to check the side colors of this matches. So we do a double move to solve it, and then we look for another white edges, which is here. It is facing bottom, and so we can move it at the bottom side to see if they until the side color matches with the center, and then we move it up using double move. And if done correctly, the white cross should be solved, and the side colors of the edges should be matching with the center. White green, white green, white orange, and the same goes with the other tools. Is it clear? And Well, then, wait, what I want to say? Never mind. I think there's a case that much less intuitive. Let me show you. For example, these cases. Yes, we can move it downward, and then we look for the center and put it up. But we can also do it by moving the upper face, so the slot is the empty slot is on top of this white color edges, and we can just put it in like this. And is it clear, or do I need to do it again? Just feel free to tell me. If there's no issues or no confusion that require me to clear it up, then I'll proceed to the next step. Now, in the next step, there's two sequences of the move that we need to memorize. The first is a form is R, U, R prime, U prime. We call this the right D, and R, U, R prime, U prime. Right face 90 degree, upper face 90 degree, right face anti-clockwise 90 degree, upper face anti-clockwise 90 degrees. So this is a very important sequence of moves that we need to memorize in order to solve a cube, because these sequences is actually used in various steps in solving Rubik's cube. And the second sequence that we needed in order to solve the cube is L prime, U prime, L prime, U. Left side cube anti-clockwise 90 degree, upper face anti-clockwise 90 degrees, left side clockwise 90 degrees, upper face clockwise 90 degrees. Let me get a soft cube. And if those sequences are done correctly, doing it 6 times on the soft cube, you return the cube into the original state. Like first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The same for the right D for the left D as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now that we know the sequence, we can move on to the second step, which is solving the corner into the correct places. Now, in this step, we flip the cube upside down, so the white color is facing on top, and so the yellow color is facing on top, and the white color is facing bottom. And now we need to look at the corner pieces with white colors on it. For example, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And we're just going to use start at the top, looking for the white color corner pieces on top first. So this is a white, green, and red corner pieces, so it belongs to here. And now in order to solve this, we move it on top of the correct place for the corners, and we do the right key until it's solved. If so if we do it correctly, the corner pieces will be solved no matter how many times you repeat it. Like if you are lucky, you just need to do it once and it will be solved. If not, the most that you have to do it is 5 times. So yeah, and we proceed with the next corner pieces. This one, white, red and blue corners, it belongs to here because it's among the white, red and blue centerpieces. So we move it on top of the correct spot, and then we do the writing R, U, R prime, U prime. And we are lucky, and this is solved just by doing it once. So the next corners is this one, of course, white, green and orange. It belongs to here. So we move it on top of the correct spot, correct slot, and then we do it. Do a righty with it. And this is this corners, and then we move on to the next corner, the final corners. In this case, the corners is actually in the correct places, but it is in wrong orientation. What we need to do is just do the righty until it's solved. R, U, R prime, U prime. So we just need to repeat it if it is not solved. So if you done everything correctly, now the entire white side is the entire side of your bottom is white, and the side color should be matching up with the edges. Is it clear? And I'll just do it one more time so everybody can have a better understanding. So solving the corners. First, look for any corners that have white colors on it. For example, this one, and then we identify the correct places that it belongs to. This, for example, this corner is white, blue, and orange. It belongs to here, so we move it on top of the correct spot, and then we insert it using R, U, R prime, U prime, and then we move on to the next corner and just repeat this step over and over until all the pieces at the bottom is solved. And is there anything that you need to is there anything that you need me to clarify on? If no, then I would like to proceed into the next step, which is solving the second layer's edges. Now in this step, we need to look for any edges that doesn't have yellow colors on it. For example, like this one, this is a green and orange edges, so it doesn't have any white colors on it. So we can use this as a start instead of any this one, because these edges have yellow colors on it. So now what we need to do is to first look for any edges that does not have yellow colors on it. Once we found one, we look at the side colors and we move it on top until it matches with the center pieces. And then look at the top colors and identify where it should be going into. For example, this is a orange and green colors edges. The green colors is on top, and it should be going out, going into the left slot, because the center pieces color at our left is the green colors. So once we identify the correct direction that it should go into, we move it away from the slot, and then we do lefty. L prime, L prime, U prime, L, U, and then we rotate the cube so that this slot is facing us, and then we do righty once. R, U, R prime, U prime. Now this edges is solved. So we continue looking for continue this step until everything is solved. So continue looking for any edges without yellow colors on it. But unfortunately, there's not one every edges on top has yellow colors. So we look at the middle layer, like this one, and this one. In this case, don't worry, you can just do it, take it out, and do it, insert it into the correct places. For example, how do we take it out is that inserting any other random pieces on top into the set, into the slot to take it out. R prime U prime to take it out, and then let's do a lefty. L prime U prime L U to insert this edges in. Now we have one that doesn't have yellow colors on top of on it. So what we need to do is look at the side colors, move it along the top side so it matches with the centers. Identify where it should go, and then we solve it by moving it away to lefty L prime U prime L U, and then we rotate the cube so the slot is facing us. And then we do righty R U R prime U prime. Now in this process, we took out another edges that without yellow colors on it. So look at the side colors, move it along the top side until it matches with the center pieces, and then we identify which slot is to go into. Obviously, it's our left. Obviously, it's on our right. Sorry, because our left side is already solved. So we move it away from the correct spot. And then we do righty R U R prime U prime, and then we rotate the cube so that this slot is actually facing us. And then we do lefty L prime U prime L U, and the last edges is here, and then we just repeat this step over and over again until everything is solved. So side colors is red, we move it on top of the red center pieces, identify where it should go, which is the left, so we move it over to the right. We do lefty once, L prime U prime L U, we rotate the cube so the slot is facing us, and then we do R U R prime U prime. So I'm just going to do it, repeat this one more time so everybody can have a better understanding of this. So blue, so in this case there's three. In this case we are lucky because there's three edges that do not have yellow colors on it on top. So this we're just going to start with this one. Blue colors, move it on top, it matches, and then we look at the top side of top colors, identify where it should go, which is to our right. We move it to the left hand side, to righty, and then we rotate the cube, and so the slot is facing us, and then we do lefty, and then we look for another one, which is this one. Blue colors on the side, we rotate it, we turn it around and until it matches with the centers. Identify where it should go, move it away from the correct spot, and then we do lefty, rotate the cube so it's facing us, and then we do righty to insert it. And then again, so it's a green colors, we move it alongside the top, and then we identify which slot, move it alongside the top until it matches the center pieces, and then we move it away from the correct spot. And I actually forgot one more thing to mention. After we identify which slot it should go into, we move up and we move it away from the correct spot. And if the correct spot is on our left, is on our right, we do righty to take out the corners and we rotate so the slot is facing us, and then we do the lefty to put it in. So, and now the last edges is here. The side color is green, move it along top, side to top, until it matches with the center. Identify which slot it should go into, which is the left. We move it to the right, and because the correct spot is on the left, we do a lefty first to take the corners out. Rotate the cube so the slot is facing us, and then we do a righty to insert it. Is it clear? Yes? No? Any response? Okay, I think I'll just move on then. So now the next step that we are in is to solve the yellow cross on top. In these cases, there are three types of cases that we need to know. First, yeah, there are three types of cases. The first type is this, where the yellow colored edges are facing upward, and they form a line they form a stroke of a line on top, whether it's horizontal or vertical, like this one. The yellow colors are facing on top, and they form a line. They are right opposite of one another. The second cases is this. There's two yellow colors facing on top, but they are next to each other. They are not like this there, this is not a line, they are just next to each other. And the third type of the cases is this. There's no yellow color edges facing on top. All of them are facing the side, and there's no pattern on top of it. And every single one of these cases have their own way to solve it. So I'm going to start with the easiest one, which is the one with a line. So if you encounter these cases, we just need to put a line horizontally. If it is the line is vertical, we just need to rotate the cube or just turn the upper face so the line is horizontal. And then we do F, righty, F prime. So that this to solve the case. Yes. So one more time. If there's a line, we just do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime to solve the cases. For the second case, this is I would say it's a little bit more complicated, but yeah. For the second case, we do Y move like FW prime, like this one. Yes, this is one of the F move, but instead of moving just one layer, we move the two of the layer at once. So we put the yellow color edges facing us and the right at the front and the right hand side, and then we move two of the front layer down together, turning it 90 degrees clockwise. After this turn, we just do righty, R, U, R prime, U prime, and then we turn this two layer back into the correct spot. Right? Yes, just like that. Let me show you one more time. First, put the yellow edges facing you and the right hand side. We push the first two layers together, like turn it clockwise 90 degrees. We do righty once, R, U, R prime, U prime, and then we turn the first two layers back together, back into their places. So now the top cross, the yellow cross is solved. For the third case, which is just there's no yellow color facing top, we just repeat the solution of the line cases and this one in the second cases, like F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. So after we do the line solution for this one, If you done it correctly, they will be causing the second cases, which is two yellow edges facing upward next to each other. And we just proceed to the solution for these cases. Move the first two layers downward, R, U, R prime, U prime, and then turn it back up, like this. Is it clear? Is it clear, or is there any information that you would like me to clarify? If no, then I would like to proceed to next step, because I was running a little bit late, and yeah, time is running out for me. Sorry about that. So the next, after we solve the yellow cross on top, the next thing we do is to solve the edges into the correct places. Now, in this case, there's three. Yeah. There's three type of cases for this one actually. The first is nothing is solved. Like, yes, there's one solved, but the other three is not. So, but I actually do not consider this as a solved one because the other three is not. So the first type is this, like these cases, like there's only one matching with the side center pieces color, but the other three is not. For the second cases, let me see. For the second cases, it's like this. There are two edges that are matching with the center colors. They are right next to each other, and the other two is not. So this should be the position of this should be here, and the position of this should be in here instead. So there's only two correct edges. There are only two edges that are matching with the center colors. They are right next to each other. For the third cases, it's like, okay. For the third cases, is like this. Wait, what the hell? Yeah. Yeah. For the third cases, is this one. There's two correct edges. They are which the side color is matching with the center pieces, like this one and this one, and they are right across of each other, and like this, blue colors, green colors, and green colors. So, and this one is like, obviously this is not correct because this is a yellow and orange edges that need to be here, and this is a yellow and red edges that needs to be here. So in this case, we will start with this easiest one first, like, which is this one. Wait. Yeah, this one. First, we put the two correct edges at the back. Like, this one is correct, we put it at the back, and the second correct one we put in the left hand side. So it will be like this. This is a correct one, yellow, red, and the second correct one is this, yellow, green, yellow, green. So we put one in the back and one in the right hand side, and then we do one sequence. R, U, R prime, U2. Wait, sorry. Let me start. So after we put it in the position like this, we hold the cube like this. We do one sequence. We do this algorithm called soon, which goes like this: R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So, and then we you move to restore the position of the edges, so it will be solved. So yeah, so let me do it again. So we put the two correct edges in the left, in the back, at our right. We do soon, which goes like R, U, U2, R prime, U prime. Oh, wait, sorry, not U prime, but U, which will solve this flip these two edges. And then there's this second step, which there's a line, which the two correct edges are forming a line across each other, but these two need to be swapped. So we just do this algorithm anywhere. We can start either putting the two correct edges like this or like this. You can do it in whatever angle you want. So do soon R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So after this sequence, there should be two edges. They are soft, and which will result in the case 1. So we just need to put these two at the back and our right. R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U2, R prime, U, to solve it. Yes. For the third cases, which there are no correct edges, no matter how we put it. Wait, yes, actually, yeah. Wait, okay, my fault. There's actually two correct edges. I'm so bad at this. So anyway, just to repeat, just to do it once more time to show you guys how to solve this. We put the correct edges in the back and our right, and then we do soon. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, U, to solve these two pieces. So let me do it again. There's a line case. This the two correct edges face across one another. We just do the zone at whatever angle you want. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And then we see if and then there should be two correct edges next to each other. We put it at the back and our right, and then we just do zone again. And it should be solved. So now, on to next step, which is solving the position of the corners. And in this case, we need to look for the corners that are in the correct places, no matter how it turns like, no matter where the yellow color is facing. So, for example, this one is actually correct in the correct position because it's a yellow, red, and green corner pieces, which is in between of green, yellow, and red. So this is correct in the correct position, but it needs to be flipped. And the example of the incorrect position of the corner is this. This is yellow, blue, and red corners, which needs to be here instead of here. So in this case, there is actually two cases. There's actually three cases actually. Two cases only, sorry. The first case is there's only one correct. There's only one corners in the correct places, like this one. This is correct. This is not, because this yellow, orange, and blue corner pieces which should be here. This is also not the correct pieces because it's a green here and it needs to be here, and this is the incorrect places as well. For the second case for this is there are two corner pieces in the correct place, like this. This is in the correct place because no, I am okay. First, I need pause for a little bit. Yeah, there's only two cases. The first case is there's one soft corners, which is this one, which I explained earlier. The second cases which there is no corners they are soft in relative to their position, like this one. These cases, there is, no matter how you look, the corner pieces just doesn't fit in the places like this one. This is a yellow, blue, and orange corner piece which should be belongs to here. So we solve the first case here before we move into the second case. First, we put the cube, we put the corner pieces facing us, like in the bottom right hand side, like in here. So, and then we do this sequence of move: U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. And then if it doesn't solve anything, if the other three corners is not solved, we just need to repeat this again: U, R, U prime, L prime, U, L, U prime, L. And now this is solved. Like this one, this is a yellow, red, and blue colors at corners, so it is in the correct position. This is also in the correct position, and also this. For the second cases, which is no corners solved, we just need to do the sequence once: U, R prime, U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L, and see if there's any soft corners. And this one is soft, so we just do the step for the first case like this. Look again, if still not soft, do it again, and it is soft. So on to the last step, which is, now we are on to the last step. After we solve the position of corners, we flip the cube upside down. So the white colors is facing on top and yellow colors facing on bottom. And in this step, it can look a little bit messy at the first, but if you done everything correctly, the cube will be soft. Just trust me on this one. First, we find an unsolved corner, like it is soft in the correct place, but it needs to be flipped because the yellow colors is not facing on the bottom, or facing here. Bottom. So this will start on this one. So we just do it like this. Do it righty until it's soft. So now the yellow color is facing on the bottom. So, and then we move the bottom layers to find if there's any other unsolved yellow corners. Like we cannot move we do not rotate the cube. We just move the bottom layer, the downside of the cube. So we won't mess everything up. And then we do righty until it's soft. It is soft. Yes, it looks messy at first, but it will be soft later. So after this is soft, we move another unsolved one here. So we do the righty again. It is soft, and now we move the last edges, last corner here, and then we just do righty, and it is soft. So let me repeat it again. For this one, this all of the four corners is not flipped correctly, so we need to do flip everyone like this using this method: R prime, U prime, and then repeat it until it's soft. And then we move the down side of the cube, the downward face, to bring the unsolved corner into the slot. We do the righty again, repeat until it's soft. We move the edges to here again. We move the corners, unsolved corner here again. Repeat the righty, and then until it's soft. And then we solve the last one using the righty as well. Let me look for another example. Yeah. So do it one more time. Look for the unsolved unsolved yellow corners, and then we just do the righty until it's solved. Remove the bottom layers to bring the next unsolved corners into the place. To repeat the righty until it's solved. Move another unsolved one at the bottom. Repeat righty, and then we just do it until every corner is solved. So that is how we solve a Rubik's Cube using beginner's method. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Is there anything else? Like, do you need me to clarify anything? Or just do one example solve if from the beginning to the end. Now, look for white colors. Edges, top there's no, bottom there's no. So look at the side. So this one, and this one. So we move it down to whatever you want. Put it in the bottom. Rotate the bottom. Rotate the downward face of the cube. Turn the downward face of the cube until it matches with the side. Move it out, double move. And then we proceed with this one. Turn it down. Match the centered colors. Move it up, double move. And then this one. Move it to the bottom. Match the colors. And put it up. And for this one, we just move it down like this. Put it in the bottom. Move it away. Solve this edge. And then put it back. And then we solve the edge using double move. So the second step, solving the corners. We rotate the cube upside down. Look for white corners. This one. Put it on top of the correct spot. And then we insert it with that righty. The second corner is here. Put it on top of the correct spot. Repeat righty until it is solved. And then the last one is here because it's solved already. So we just repeat righty until it's solved. And then we solve the edges. Okay, non-yellow edges. Match the side colors. Identify which slot it should go. And then do the solution. And this one. And then for this one, go to the right. So then this one, we just take it out like this. Match the center colors. Solve it. And then this is. And then we solve the yellow cross. It's like this. So turn the first two layers down. RU R prime U. RU R prime U prime. Turn it back up. So it is solved. And then we solve the position of the edges. The correct edges is right across each other, so we just do soon in whatever angle we want. The result is the first case, which is the correct edges is next to each other. We put the correct edges at the back and at the right. So we do soon now. And then you do to align the edges. and then we look for the soft corner. There's no, so we just do u r prime u r u prime l prime u r prime u prime l. So yes, this corner is soft, so let's do it once more. And oh wow, that was easy. Yes, this situation will happen time to times, which sometimes you just skip one or two steps in between. So yeah, and that is pretty much it. And is there any question that you would like me to clarify? Is there any question or anything that you need me to clarify on? How fast can I solve one? My current best is 6.99 seconds. So yeah, no questions to no questions. Thank you for the session. Okay. I hope that the explanation I give is clear enough. I sincerely hope that, because I kind of lost focus in between because it's so hot here. I have to turn off my fan. And yeah, if there's no question, then I would like to thanks everyone who joined the session. Thank you so much for joining in and helping me to complete this project for university, of course. And yeah, thank you for watching, and maybe we'll see you for next time. Goodbye.